Well, hello everybody. 'Tis a dandy day indeed. Wait, today is actually the bullet journaling journey of the bullet journaling journey. Today is the bullet journaling journey of Jubilee. I did it. As you've probably guessed, we are bullet journaling today. We've all been there on where we wanted to bullet journal like this, but we just didn't even know where to start. Well, you're in luck today because I put together some tips and tricks to help you bullet journal like this. Hello. Welcome to the information part of the video where I give you info and you info my info of the info. Okay. A bullet journal is a flexible organization tool. And when I say flexible, I mean flexible. No, I don't think it could do splits. But it could literally be anything you want it to be. It kind of molds to you. I specifically use it like a regular journal so I can write my summary of my day because I want to. I also have a small section that's like a gratitude journal, which basically just writes stuff you're grateful for. Now, when it comes to bullet journaling, most people tend to think of the purely just cute, artsy, perfected things that you see on Pinterest and other places. But a bullet journal could just be a couple of bullet points jotted down in your journal, hence the name bullet journaling. But let's be honest, everybody who clicks on this video wants to make their bullet journals cute. But before we can do that, we have to think about the format or the way it's arranged. AKA, what kind of questions you ask yourself and what kind of spreads you do. I do something called a daily spread, which is just 1 page per day. So 1 week should have about 7 or 8 daily spreads. But what I've seen most people do is a weekly spread, which would look like this, where you have 2 pages per week and a box per day for all of the goals that you want. The great thing about this is that you don't have to stick to either of these spreads. You could mix and match until you get your own spread that perfectly matches you. So if you are looking for question ideas, I would recommend starting off very simple and generic. So from examples from my spreads that I do, you could do summary, goals, what you felt and what you're grateful for. I also have a main focus during the day. And how I plan to help people throughout the day or week. Once you have a solid idea of what you're going to put in your bullet journal, then you can come up with the design, which in my opinion is the funnest part of bullet journaling. If this is your first time bullet journaling, I recommend starting off with something really simple and easy like doodles. Since doodles are really hard to not mess up. Does that make sense? Here are some examples of some doodles that took me almost no time to do and were really fun and easy. If you are at an intermediate level or just looking to improve, or me when I was a beginner because I just love to overestimate my abilities, I also have some tips for you. First, pick a focus for your bullet journal. A focus is basically just the one thing that you theme your entire spreads around. For example, the koi fish in my February spread. Using color is also a great way to add interest, but if you're doing multiple colors, I'd recommend going with a easier design like my March spread. If you are doing a more complicated design, like my koi fish for example, I would recommend only using one accent color to just add a little bit of interest. Hardest thing to do when getting into bullet journaling is managing your time correctly. We see this in a lot of beginners. They start bullet journaling, but then they slowly realize that they don't have time for it and it just slowly fades away into the background. So how do we manage our time correctly when we bullet journal? Well, there's one trick I learned at school, which is to make a schedule of everything that you do in one day and the amount of time that each thing takes you to do. You want to document everything, including the time that you spend on your device and how long. Yes, I'm looking at you. You are on a device right now. Once you've done this, it is extremely easy to see how much time you waste in one day. which in turn helps you find a time slot that you have that you can bullet journal. I like to do it on Saturdays for about 1 to 2 hours because I have a lot of free time on the weekend. The most important thing when it comes to bullet journaling, out of everything that we talked about, well, actually, not out of everything we talked about because we haven't talked about this yet, but the most important thing when it comes to bullet journaling is to make sure that you enjoy it. It's kind of obvious to make sure that you enjoy it because it's a hobby. It's like you want it to be fun. For me, I wasn't enjoying the boxes and rulers and, well, this. I'll put it up on the screen. I decided that since I wasn't enjoying it, I would change my approach a little bit and instead focus more on the drawing aspect of it instead of like making it easy to do. And for me, it actually was easier to do the drawings because I enjoyed it so much that it wasn't more of a task or a chore to do. So if you tried bullet journaling in the past but it didn't work for you, I invite you to try approaching it in a different way, trying to figure out what will actually motivate you to start doing it more. So just in case that all of that boring info didn't go through your head, I will recap everything I just said. Firstly, bullet journaling should reflect your abilities and time that you have. Second, pick a main theme to focus your design around. Third, use time management techniques to help you find a schedule for bullet journaling. And lastly, make sure you enjoy it. Make sure that you are expressing yourself in any way that you enjoy and love.